Welcome to This Week in 2016 Presidential Polls, where we look past the horse race to the numbers that really matter. Here's the polling news that you need to know for the week ending November 13th. Now, this week's GOP debate may or may not have changed the dynamics of that race, but the Democratic contest, that's coming into sharper focus. Interestingly, Republican voters who are unhappy with their party in general are actually more satisfied than Democrats with their party's presidential field this year. Part of that is because they have more choices, which means 77% of GOP voters describe themselves as enthusiastic about their first choice for the nomination, compared to a slightly smaller 68% among Democrats. But greater choice also seems to mean less certainty. In three key early state contests, Democrats are more locked into their vote choice than Republicans are, between 34 and 40% for the Democrats, compared with 17 to 20% for the Republicans. The Republican field remains wide open largely because each faction of that electorate has a champion for their particular views. That means no one candidate can really break out of the pack right now. But on the Democratic side, it's a different story. We have key constituent groups there solidifying their support around the frontrunner. In South Carolina, Democratic primary voters are more likely to put their trust in Hillary Clinton to handle issues of concern to African Americans than say the same about Bernie Sanders. 74% feel Clinton would do a good job, compared to 52% who feel the same about Sanders. The gap is even wider at 83% to 53% when it comes to addressing issues of concern to women. While the Democratic race seems to be settling down, the Republican contest is still up in the air. Trump, Carson, and Rubio seem to be commanding the most support, but Republican voters are happy with the fact that they have such a large field to choose from, and very few are willing to commit right now, so it's anyone's game. And those are the highlights and lowlights of This Week in 2016 presidential polls. Until next time, I'm Patrick Murray from the Monmouth University Polling Institute.